Good afternoon. How was yesterday and today? We have about 3 hours left from this conference. So I think today in this session, you can have a rather relaxed time because it's a rather quite unique and also meaningful session that I'm going to share about. So today I'm going to talk about the Woman 3 and NFTs, about the analysis of the woman-led startup landscape. And I appreciate all of you have made your way to here because it's very meaningful that we all support this movement of women empowerment. And also, I prepared a little small gifts at the end of the session, which you guys will see soon in about 20-30 minutes. So a little bit about me. I'm originally from Korea, where I studied, where I learned to code in my teens, and also I did my multimedia engineering for my bachelor's degree. And then I wanted to study more on the business side, so I pursued my master's degree in international business and management at the University of Manchester. And then I moved to Singapore, where I studied, building my career as a social media data analyst, and where I also developed my core part of career, including working with the multinational enterprises where the APAC headquarters are located. And then also where I started working in the blockchain space. Then here I am. I moved to Berlin 2 years ago, so I'm here with you guys. In 2017, I started working in the blockchain space. I basically put myself into the rabbit hole. Then I started joining a lot of events in the blockchain space in Singapore. And at some point, I realized that there's not so many women in presentations in the events that I was attending. And sometimes I was only one woman out of these people, have 100 people in the room. So I decided to start a group in social media, which grew a few hundred members within a month. And then I started to run a monthly meetup with having women speakers, and then doors were open to everyone. And then it grew to up to 2,000 members within a year at the time. So at the time I was based out of Singapore, so I was focusing mainly on the Asian market. And since I moved to Berlin, I thought about how I can actually continue this initiative I've started long ago. And so I thought about how we can scale up this women empowerment movement. So I decided to launch this shechain.co platform, where anyone can search by keywords and also search the startups founded by or led by women in the Web3 space based on the funding stage and also the locations. So I wanted to talk about why we are talking about this woman empowerment. And sometimes people ask me why you're doing so. So I wanted to look at a little bit of a history. So in 2008, Bitcoin was first launched. And then in 1956, the term AI, artificial intelligence, was first coined. And 100 years before, there was the first time the female programmer started coding in 1843, whose name was Ada Lovelace. And I also looked at a little bit to the back. It can be a myth or the real story, but I also found during my research that the late name Agnodes, who was the first female physician in ancient Athens and in 400 BC. I wanted to share about this story because the women empowerment and diversity and inclusion topic is not just a recent hype. It has been actually developed over time by those women who was working on this science and technology space based on their interest, regardless of those limits or the societal boundaries that they were having at the time. And when I was also looking at this woman empowerment topic, it's not just about like one single thing that about technology, how we want to include more women into the space. We can think about it more in the broader approach in the 3 different pillars or blocks of women empowerment. The first part is political empowerment, meaning that the giving a quota in any kind of movement is actually one very effective methodology to develop this new kind of movement. And as some of you might know, actually I forgot to ask, how many of you are actually working in Web3 space? Of course I know. Okay, not so many actually. Great to know. So the European Commission, like Maria Gabriel from the European Commissioner, she made this quote, like my goal is 40% and I'm confident we can reach it this year. And European Commission has actually announced that this European gender equality strategy is having 40% of women representation in the boardroom of the listed companies by 2025 in Europe. So this kind of political enforcement is very crucial to actually have everyone to really participate in and also take an act on. And second part of pillar is economic empowerment. I was in Davos this year, and the World Economic Forum's Davos meeting this year regarding diversity inclusion is actually the economic female empowerment. And also the European Innovation Council has announced the number of women-led startups funded by EIC has grew from 8% in 2020 up to 29% in 2022. And with all this movement and also the actions happening globally, I believe that we will see more and more economic finances are flowing into the women entrepreneurs. And the third pillar I want to talk about is social empowerment. Social empowerment is actually very crucial out of all these 3, in my opinion, because it actually empowers the social relations and also the daily lives of women, not only the businesses, but also their personal lives. And in Web3 space, there are actually a lot of the women empowerment initiatives that are happening. So I wanted to share some examples that were actually doing the really great work. And I think you guys will relate more into the European communities on the right side. So Women DAO is run by like Diana Eder, who is also based out of Hamburg. Maybe Stefan, you may know her. No, okay. Diana Eder. Yeah, so so this community is in Hamburg. So if any of you are actually based out of Hamburg, check it out, and then maybe you can go to their community event. And the Crypto Girls Club, they are based out of Berlin, and they are a very active community. They do meetups and also events and so on. And Women of Web3 is the Lauren Ingram is a founder, and then she's based out of London. And she runs a community as well as a podcast interviewing the women leaders in the Web3 space. And her interviews are actually very great, so I really love to listen to her interviews. So if you're interested in like Web3 women leaders' stories, go and check it out, her website. And under this global in the middle, at the top middle, Women of the Future is a book publishing project. So I find it personally really meaningful because they are publishing this book featuring 100 women working on the Web3 space, and they wanted to distribute this book to the educational organizations so that they can encourage more girls to, get interested in and then start working on the Web3 and the technology. So basically lowering the barrier of the mindset for the young women. And and also as you can see, there are like different initiatives happening in the US, of course, South America, Africa, and Asia as well. And on SheChain, we will launch about 300 startups listed on our platform by the end of September. And then out of that, we have about 138 women-led startups based out of Europe. So I wanted to share some analysis of these startups that will be more relevant to you. So industry-wise, I was actually quite surprised to this result. So the most women-led startups in Europe, they are working on financial services, meaning that they are like trading platforms, lending platforms, or crypto exchanges. And second popular industry is IT services and the blockchain services, meaning those building the blockchain as a platform as a service, or they are working on existing businesses and enabling the blockchain into their services and platforms. And it's also quite interesting to look at this green tech and identity industry is actually quite popular among these women-led startups. Green tech is the energy trading platform. So I'm not sure if any of you are actually in the energy space. So energy, the carbon, the bidding platform, they can be empowered by the blockchain technology using the traceability as an advantage. And identity part here is more about the compliance business. So compliance is for connecting with these trading platforms or some other crypto-related businesses. And country-wise, the UK has the most women-led startups in Europe, followed by Switzerland and Germany. And Switzerland has this. Zug is one of the cities that really actively participated in developing this blockchain industry, and they also call it as a crypto valley, like a Silicon Valley, but the crypto version of the valley in Zug. And they also have the incubators set by partly supported by the government and so on. And also Germany is German government is actually very actively participating and trying to learn about the crypto ecosystem, how technology works, and so on and so forth. So I think that's why Germany has the many women-led startups in the Web3 space has happened. In UK, they have a very active crypto investment community. That's also one of the reasons why a lot of these startups are based out there. And I also wanted to look at this year of establishment of those startups. As you can see, the years between 2017 and 2018 skyrocketed. The new companies founded by a woman in the Web3 space. And I wanted to show you the comparison that if you can look at the chart at the top right side with the green color, that's the Bitcoin price trend chart over the same time window with the chart in the middle. So as you can see, the number of founding the new startups are actually the equivalent, and there's a correlations between this a new startup founded and versus a crypto price changes. And these startups doesn't include the very most recent years like this year. So late last year and then this year, there's a big surge in the crypto price. So if we look at that time window, also we will see maybe a lot higher number than this overall. So and also this tells that actually not only just a woman-led startups, but overall, regardless of gender, the number of startups founded during this period of time is actually equivalent to the crypto price change. So I think this chart doesn't really apply to only woman-led startups, but also generally the Web3 startups. And also I looked at this company size by number of employees, and the most of the woman-led startups has this employees between 11 to like 100, followed by like less than 10 people, which tells in this funding stage slides that most of the women-led startups that are in our platform are actually currently in the seed funding stages. So we talked about a little bit of economic women empowerment pillar of this initiative, and I think there's still a lot of room for improvement to financially helping these startups to grow. And also, it's not only it's not only also women-led startups specific agenda. It's Web3 in general. It's actually very young, and knowing that a lot of you in this room are more in the Web2 space, as you can see, Web3 and metaverse, NFT, and blockchain, the industry is very young. So that's why that also represents this like the funding stage is like chart in our startups in our platform. And I also wanted to share about this woman-focused NFT collections as an example. Has any of you, not in Web3, but has any of you engaged or purchased any NFTs? Okay, that's great. That's great to know. So there are some like AIF and NFTs and so on. There's many examples, but there are NFTs like trying to use this like kind of graphics to raise awareness about this woman topic. And these are the My BFF project. It's actually founded by the group of like several ladies who are actually very renowned, like Tiara Banks or Paris Hilton. I'm sure everyone here knows about Paris Hilton. So they put together their talents and also the ideas to share to create these NFT projects. And their motivation to do this to not only just raising awareness of this topic, but also trying to educate the woman who's not familiar with who might get advantage out of this crypto or blockchain knowledge. And another NFT collection projects I know is also the Crypto Coven. So they have ideas of the trees of echoes. So the project is having the different women images out of the kind of mythical kind of styles NFT collections. And the last one is both beauties, and then this project is showing the women's creativity and technology, and then different leadership development, so that each NFT collections represents different kind of the work and career, including Wonder Woman. So this NFT collection is showing this, and then all of them actually has a educational and then community-driven kind of motivations and works that they are doing behind the scene, behind these NFTs. And if you're interested in, you can go and check it out. So actually I didn't mention at the top the ID with the ad is actually their Twitter account. And I earlier mentioned that I prepared a little small gift. So maybe you guys can have your phone ready with you. So I also wanted to share end this session with the no-code NFT generator solutions. So there are some solutions like OpenSea which is the most popular platform in the Web3 space. But this there is a platform called Satori Art, which is enabled by the Near blockchain. It's one of the other blockchain protocols like Ethereum or some others. And their platform has actually not only creating the NFT, but also they have a campaign function so that you can not only just launching your NFT collections like what you just saw before, but you can also run a campaign to share with the people you know, or you can put it on the social media so people can just simply scan the QR code and then buy or download or receive your NFT collections. And since you guys are not really in the Web3 space, so one of the most popular trend of this NFT is we call it a generative art NFT. Meaning that, as you can see, all these characters, they all kind of similar structures, right? Similar character, but has a different hairstyles and different accessories and items. So all these hairstyles and the face, skin, and then the accessories are all in the small little different pieces of the art, graphic images, and the NFT platform actually randomize each pieces and then they kind of assemble them together. So each time the person is minting the NFT, they know generally this kind of image, but they don't know what exactly they will get. And then that randomness was actually one of the reasons I believe that was kind of boosted the NFTs industry in my personal opinion. Okay, I need to change my screen a little bit. So this is a Satori's website. You can, if you're interested, you can check it out. And yeah. Let me just go here. So I pre-launched this collection this morning, actually. But I can show you how this thing works. So actually very simple. Just you go to their website and register your account, creating your account first, and then create the collection by creating a name, by writing the name of it, and then in this platform it costs like $5 which is around 25 US dollars. And then once you create the collection, then you can start creating your NFT series. Here in this platform, I can just show you just using the one image, not the generative NFT. But there are also other toolkits that actually can enable the generative NFTs with the no-code solutions. And so you can select image and then select this current collection that we have created, and then title, and then description, then the number of copies with one images you wanted to launch, like you can decide how many copies that we wanted to launch with your NFT collection. And then the royalties are actually a very important part of the NFT minting events. So you can have your own wallet. You can have your own wallet with your own royalties set up. Like if you want like a 10% or 20%, however amount that you want to use, then each time your NFT that you've launched is actually being traded, or meaning that it was get sold by some other people from one to the another. Each time that transaction happens, you will get some 10% of your royalty for yourself. One good thing about this Near protocol that Satori is built on is, as you can see, I'm sure everyone actually understands the notion of wallet, right? So wallet represents the account name for putting your cryptocurrencies in. So this Near has this, like you can just name your wallet instead of having like 64 digits of the long random characters representing your wallet. So yeah, I've already done that, so I will go back. So then now we have this your NFT collections launched, and then with this image, I've launched like I've minted 100 NFTs, and with only 1% royalty, and then there are either you can share through the direct link so that people can just claim it from there directly, or you can also run it for the event purposes, which I can show you like here. Yeah, so actually it's live, so you can also scan it now if you want. So you can scan the QR code and then just key in this like temporary number. So if you want to do some event like campaign only temporarily, or only those who's attending your event or some certain spaces, then you can use this kind of campaign function. And also they also linked with your TikTok account if any of you are using actually TikTok. So you can launch with this TikTok, and then this is the launch site. And then once you can scan this, then it will go to open to this website. And then let's go. Then just key in your TikTok handle, and then when you submit it, then it will go through your wallet creation page and then so on. Then you can claim this NFT. Okay. And then also you can send by an email. So I've set this up for sharing with you guys so that you guys can also claim this NFT. So this is a small gift that I wanted to share with you all. Yeah, so I think I will stop here for now. And if anyone has a question or something that you guys can scan this and then claim your own NFT. This one is free. You can. It's your souvenir for taking it to home. If anyone has a question, we can take it this time. No? Cool. Okay, so and the last slide. Thank you so much. And this, this is a slide for a QR code for downloading the presentation, and then the NFT collection QR code will be also in the presentation, so you can scan it, and then after that you can also receive this presentation. Thank you so much, and have a great rest of the time in this conference in Hamburg.